I can think of all these people where right now it just feels like the energy wants to pull you away from you, away from your awareness of what's really going on. What does your soul really want? The choices you're making, the anything you say yes to, anything you're spending time on, the things you're
Mm.
devoting your time and attention to. Are you
Mhm.
consciously choosing those things, or are you just letting other hormones, letting old patterns, letting cravings, letting
Mhm.
addictions, letting ego, letting what others want, letting people pleasing, letting I don't know what? Are you letting all that take power over that journey back within you? At times we find ourselves really just unconscious in our
Mhm.
day. Like we slip back into a pattern of ours, or a what we're used to from the past. The majority of our lives we've been a certain way, although we've been changing,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
the old is still the majority, at least of the past. So when we're not conscious, it's almost like we forget. Hi, Lecky. We love you. No, he can bark, let him bark. He agrees. I think he's reinforcing.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Don't apologize. I got Gracie. She's quiet for now. Um, so that we, if we're not conscious throughout our day, no matter what it is that we're doing or we're working on or we're navigating, it's very easy to forget the inner work. It's very easy to sacrifice the inner work for shiny things, or for tasks, or for whatever each person navigates, relationship stuff, what others need of us, or the list is huge of what we our attention calls us outside of ourselves constantly. Sounds of nature. As Elise says. I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
She's like, she put a little doggy, she's like, sounds of nature for your for Lucky.
Oh. That's
Hi,
right. Thanks,
Rosalie.
Rosalie.
So sweet. So um the journey back is to remind ourselves of, during the day, every day, as much as we possibly can, is I have forgotten to just to bring myself back. And I've been so outwardly focused with all these things. And some people might be watching and be like, well, but I'm mostly in all the things. I don't
Mhm.
know how to come back. Or, yeah, maybe there's meditation, maybe there is, I can be in nature and
Mhm.
do some things to bring me back. But some people might be like, well, I'm not used to that, or I don't know what this journey back is. So I feel what you're really sharing is very important for all of us. And your week is helping all of us to see what we need to be doing. And what a beautiful section you picked. And in the Course in Miracles, and there's a specific paragraph you told me
Yeah.
at the bottom of page 144, for those who are into A Course in Miracles. For those of you who are like, what are you guys talking about? Just listen to these words, and we'll chat about them a little bit here, and feel into that. It doesn't need to be fully, you grasp the whole thing. Just feel into what we're discussing. So would you be willing to read that fourth paragraph for us? Or just
Absolutely.
those few sentences in paragraph?
For
Oh,
sure. Yeah, this really touched me. So, okay. Do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do? Do you not want to give it to the world as much as you want to receive it? For unless you do, you will not receive it. If you want to have it of me, you must give it. Healing does not come from anyone else. You must accept guidance from within.
Hmm. How do you feel about that first question? Do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do?
Yeah, that question, I was like, what does that mean? Oh, okay. It took me a minute to incorporate it into my body. And it's to me, how I see it is when we're in a state of emotion or we're in more of the unconscious way of going about life, it's very ego centered or centered in what I have to do, how I'm feeling, and how I'm separate from creation, from others. And it's but there's a greater part of us that wants peace for the world. So if I'm withholding it from myself, then do I not see that I'm withholding it from the world? And I was like, "Oh, that's very correct." That's yeah.
Because as empaths, especially, like we're so focused on wanting peace and love for everyone and wanting to help, wanting to save the planet, wanting to save our family members, to make people happy, to make sure everybody is taken care of. And this question is like, well, do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do? And do you not want to give it to the world as much as you want to receive it? So it's like these questions that I love how Course in Miracles is worded, that it's almost stops you a little bit and you're like, I'm what am I doing? Yeah, you're confusing me, number one, with the question. So that's part of the plan, I think, to confuse the ego a little bit and be like, sorry, what are you saying? But then at the same time, there's this part of us that's actually in the confusion. Confusion is also waking up to, you're telling me that I'm going about it the wrong way because I'm focusing so much on the taking care of the loved ones or the world or worrying about what's happening overall. But in that, I'm not receiving it as equally. It's got to be an equal outward with inward. It's got to be very flowy and circulating in an even way. I know you want to say something here.
Oh, I was just thinking, and I was being very uneven, is what I was thinking. Right? It's the autopilot, like, oh, I have this to do, that to do, this to do. And oh, this, lots of floating thoughts, right? Not very grounded. And it's interesting. We as humans, we know what will help us, and sometimes we're reluctant to give it to ourselves for one reason or another. Yes, it could be memorized patterns, memorized emotions. It could be different hormones in your body asking for certain things. Um, Yet, this chapter reminded me that the journey back is what's going to clear that for me, and that it's not really coming from outside of me. It's coming from my connection to my higher soul self, God, creation, source, spirit, quantum, however you'd like to phrase it. Um, and yes, I was not, and there's a really good line here, if I might state it.
Mhm.
And it says, okay, so it says, the guidance must be what you want, or it will be meaningless to you.
Mm.
That is why healing is a collaborative venture. And then you stop saying, well, who am I collaborating with?
Yeah.
My ego mind, because my ego mind's not going to get me there. Um, my right mind connected with source is what is going to get me there. And I equate that to journeying into my heart, because I'm so up here when I'm in that autopilot. Let's do this. Let's do. I need to come back into my body, and I feel like a lot of people can actually relate to that. I've seen it in many clients that I work with, and it's kind of part of our experience here. Yet there is a better way. So we just need a journey back. We tap into our hearts.
I see this a lot, not like it's just a lot, especially lately. I feel like I can think of so many people right now,
Yeah.
clients, family, team
Mm,
members, so many people who it's just they're so, including myself. I'm not taking myself out of that. It's just I'm daily practicing this consciously. But I can think of all these people where right now it just feels like the energy wants to pull you away from you, away from your awareness of what's really going on. What does your soul really want? The choices you're making, the anything you say yes to, anything you're spending time on, the things you're
mm,
devoting your time and attention to. Are
mm,
you consciously choosing those things, or are you just letting other hormones, letting old patterns, letting cravings, letting
mm,
addictions, letting ego, letting what others want, letting people pleasing, letting I don't know what. Are you letting all that take power over that journey back within you? So, like you said, it's like the guidance must be what you want, or it will be meaningless to you. It's got to be collaborative. So, if you're not saying, I want to join with my higher self, because that's what it's referring to here, to join with the symbol that you choose to have as the helper. It is, of course, miracles is talking about Jesus and the Holy Spirit, but doesn't need to be yours, your symbol of help. You could just say your higher self. You could use anything else that speaks to you. Jesus and Holy Spirit speaks to me. No, for you, Gilly too, but it doesn't need to be where that's what we think of as the collaborative venture. So pick what is though. It's got to be something that's out of this ego realm that you want to collaborate with, and it's got to be what you want, or else it would be meaningless to you. So every day it's like a everyday choice, because I could want it on Tuesday and then on Wednesday I don't.
right? Or even in the morning and then the afternoon,
Oh gosh, yeah.
right? It's that conscious effort regularly throughout the day and those reminders. And this Dr. Joe Dispenza quote's coming to my mind. And we might have even shared it last time, but I'm going to go ahead and share it again. And it's that the brain doesn't know the difference between what's actually happening and what it's thinking.
Yes.
So, what does that mean? You're thinking, maybe you're projecting into the future, maybe you're thinking about the past, right? And when I say projecting in the future, I mean worried about the future or trying to figure things out. But then we take away that collaborative venture and we make it just our own, and then we feel powerless in it because it's not moving in the way we want it to, or people are acting the way we don't want them to, or whatever is occurring. Um, Things aren't coming in. We've taken away our partner and we said, I got this. But really, I don't.
I really don't.
It doesn't feel good. And I'm thinking all these things, and my brain's like, well, that's happening. And okay, here's some more of it. You want some more? Keep, okay. The brain is going to become well worn in those paths of thinking. And it becomes more and more challenging to get out of them the more and more we think about them. So it's regular gentleness and redirection and pause and awareness that need to be happening every single day, especially in these times when it
Mm.
is right, when the energy outside, the energy is so intense and we can feel it. And sometimes we don't know that we're feeling it, but we are feeling it and we get triggered. And our little receptors are like, oh, I know what that is. Let me go ahead and pull out my old memory bank of when this occurred and relive it. Um, so this, I feel like our bridge show today is just a big reminder that we are not alone. We are never alone in our journey. And the minute we feel alone, we just need to remind ourselves, am I giving my power away when I believe that I'm alone in this? Or am I making a conscious commitment to myself to always partner with my higher self, God, creator, spirit, however you'd like to phrase it, and become that power duo? And I don't know, post-it, sticky notes, reminders in your phone.
Yes, power do. I like that. And like you said, bringing up Dr. Joe's quote, "The brain does not know the difference between what's it's thinking and what's really going on," is that we really don't even understand fully what's going on. So because all we interpret is based on what we're thinking. We create our own reality. We create our misery. We create our purpose. Like we can create the terrible day and we can create the day that is very fulfilling. It's just we got to to remember ourselves of that power that we have as creators. We gotta have that collaborative venture with our higher self, and that means asking for help and saying, "I want to receive the guidance. I want to receive the peace that I want to see out there." So I know we could keep going on this.
Of course. Of
It
course.
it's just yeah, but I also want to keep it short and just quick, and so people can feel like they can practice just the simple, like you said, put a little post-it note, put a phrase from maybe what we shared that stayed with you, or a quote or from A Course in Miracles or Dr. Joe or something we shared or a Gilly quote.
I like that. Okay.
Gilly quote. And remind yourself of that because it's very easy to go back to the old. It's the easiest thing, and to feel very trapped. So thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for helping me share my experience in this and being so open to sharing it with everybody today. Um, what was calling to me, I feel very honored. Thank you.
Oh,
And,
I'm very honored, and what a beautiful section you picked, and that guided you back, and hope it guides more people back home.